Hey everybody, trying a recipe I haven't made in about 10 years, caramel popcorn. A quick overview, we're not gonna just sit here and wait for the oil to get hot, but pan on the right, we have some coconut oil, 3 tablespoons. Trick I learned is just pop a couple kernels in. Once they pop, throw the rest in, it's ready. That way nothing burns. And then pan on the left is gonna be our caramel mixture. It looks kind of gross right now, but it's all gonna melt. And we're gonna basically incorporate the two, and then we're gonna bake it and flip it over and over. Every single piece of popcorn is gonna be like covered in caramel and be super crispy. It will take a pretty good amount of effort, but absolutely worth it in the end. So stay tuned. We'll see you once we get some popcorn. All right, turning back on since we got some pop kernels. Not super exciting, just popcorn. We're gonna dump the rest in, turn off the heat. This is a half cup of kernels. Where's my lid? And then just give it a shake. I'm gonna set a timer here because you wanna do like 30 seconds or a minute on and off. The oil's really hot at this point. We don't wanna burn it and ruin the popcorn. It's actually got done a little faster than I would have thought, which is a good thing. But I also have my caramel going here, waiting for it to boil. Everything should be hopefully done around the same time. Ideally, you want the popcorn done ahead of time so we can just put it in a bowl, have it ready for the caramel. And that's pretty much it. This is annoying, but you're just gonna actually pull it back and forth. Pretty much until it's ready. And I think one nice part of having an electric stove here is the burner is still warm, so I don't know if you can hear the popping. I'm gonna leave the lid off just a bit. Keep the steam in, try not to lose any kernels. There we go, smells great. And now I'm just trying not to basically shove the lid off the pan, but keep it kind of askew as well. And that's that. We got our caramel boiling on the other side. I don't know if that can be seen on the camera. And then, in the interest of not burning myself, I'm just gonna leave the video on the popcorn for the moment, but see what I can do here. Yeah, I mean, it's just sugar bubbling. So again, just need a few more minutes and we'll be done. Again, this is the fast part. The longer, like 45-minute part, will be putting it in the oven, and then we're gonna flip it 3 separate times, and I try to separate as many kernels as I can in the process. Again, so you get like one bite. I'm very particular about that. Normally we would do a temperature check on the caramel. This recipe just says set a timer for 4 minutes, so that's what I'm gonna do in this case. Checking the temperature, whatever. We're just gonna let it go, we'll see what happens. It's worked well in the past. I'm sure these days I probably would not do it this way. I'd be a little more official about it. After that's done, we'll hit it with some vanilla extract and baking soda. And again, I'm just waiting for the popcorn to pop at this point. Put the lid back on just to keep it moving, and pretty much that. Once it gets going, we should be okay. I can always turn the heat back on if I need to, but the oil, I keep saying oil, it's coconut oil. That's what you should use. If you want to have super salty like the stuff in the movie theater, Flavacol is what it's called. You can get it on Amazon. It will be like, I think a teaspoon is like 1,000 milligrams of sodium. It's a crazy amount, but it does taste exactly like the movie theater. So anyway. Caramel popcorn I don't think needs that extra. It's gonna have salt, the caramel salted, and yeah, it'll be plenty. Alright, this is officially taking longer than I would expect, but that's okay. The popcorn popping longer was probably not a bad thing. Aside from my impatience, it'll just mean that the coconut oil won't get too hot and won't burn. Definitely do not want that, so there's no movie I'm rushing to get in to see. So it'll take as long as it takes. I honestly remember it being a lot faster than this stuff. And usually, I'm talking a lot, Usually once it starts to pop, it'll basically be done in like a minute. So I think just kind of taking off the heat like I did, having not done this in a while is probably why. Again, small mistake. Worst thing that you waste is some time. I can live with that. Realizing you probably can't see the popcorn popping. Sorry for the reflection there. It is definitely testing my patience. Not going to lie. I'm surprised it's not popping as quick, but again, haven't made this in a while and I don't want it to get ruined, so we're just gonna, there we go, that's what I like to hear. Keep on agitating. And I guess you could probably do this without the lid, but one, if something jumps out and hits you with that super hot oil, that's going to burn like crazy and hurt. And it's probably going to be a huge mess because once things get going, what looks like just a flat layer of kernels is going to fill this entire pot. Making progress. I'm sure this is incredibly boring. You're literally watching popcorn pop, but yeah, I thought I'd make a video, something I haven't done in a while, and we'll see if we speed it up. Mistake, I probably made a mistake in the thing off the heat as soon as I had those 3 pop kernels in the beginning, but I'm gonna move on. We're getting there. We'll take a few more minutes and then we'll be done. Give the caramel a little chance to cool, so it won't be insanely hot when we try to mix it with the popcorn. I don't know if I'm just saying that to make myself feel better or what, but caramel's almost done. Popcorn, we still have a little ways to go. And that's that, folks. Alright, caramel is done. I think normally I would probably not do this on the stove, but for video purposes, I'm going to try to add the vanilla and the baking soda right into the pan for your viewing enjoyment. And yeah, I'm not measuring, I'm just doing it. Like that. Baking soda, we'll stir. And that's it. This is good to go. Once the popcorn is done, which I think it's finally getting there. So I'm going to put this down on somewhere cool. It shouldn't cool off to the point where it will get so hard it can't be used. Hopefully I don't eat those words in a few minutes. It looks good though. It looks the way I remember it looking. And our popcorn's getting there, finally. It does smell good. Like I said before, normally this is what I would expect. It just took a couple minutes longer than it normally would, but all's good. We're gonna stir it around because we don't want the kernels on the bottom to get burnt while the rest is popping. And we'll just kind of, almost like you would in the microwave, just listen for the sound. Once the popping slows down, we're gonna take this off the heat, and that's it. I'm guesstimating we got maybe like another minute. And I know it's kind of hard to see through the condensation, but in the spirit of safety and not wasting the popcorn, I'm going to, oh, you can kind of hear it slowing down. So I'm gonna stop this. Resume once it's done. All right, here we go. Popcorn was done. I turned the video off maybe 5 seconds before it stopped. Just be careful because you still might have some unpopped ones down below. And again, you just don't want them to jump up and hit you. Or it's not gonna kill you, but it's not gonna be fun either. Also, if you can use a crappy old pan, I have one I've had for probably 15 years that I throw in the dishwasher because I don't care. It works great for popcorn. The cleanup of the oils just can be a pain. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put the caramel in, do a bit of a mix. That smells so freaking good. The texture is gonna be very surprising in the end. I can only say that. And I think the only reason I haven't made this in a long time is one, the effort it takes when we're baking is significant. That's okay. Yeah. The effort it takes while baking is definitely a lot. Yeah, it's not like the lightest meal. I just burned myself. All right, so we want to move a little quick here again. Goal is to get as many of the pieces, ow, be careful, coated as possible. And then we're gonna put it in, I have 2 half-sheet trays lined up. Ow. My little baby spatula is probably not the best tool here, but I, for some reason, like the mini ones rather than the large ones. Lesson learned for next time. Probably a glove wouldn't have hurt since we're dealing with molten sugar. But, you know, live and learn. I've definitely been burnt worse. Anyway, we're almost ready here. And the trick is to start, you definitely need a little elbow grease. But you don't want to also smash the popcorn. It's kind of like a fine balance to strike. I think we're ready. I haven't made this in about a decade. I've never made it in the house we live in now. We've been here 7.5 years. But I can remember making it at the old house a few times. A few people just absolutely love it. So what I'll try to do here is flatten as much as I can. Again, my goal in the end is to have like, basically like when rice is done, individual kernels. And yeah, we'll take some effort, but it's actually not as difficult as I remember. We'll see how I say in when I'm getting on the 3rd flip once these are in the oven. So that's that. Pretty much just getting all the stuff out. Again, cleaning up. Best advice with caramel I've learned is just put it in the sink as soon as possible. When you're done, put water in it. And that tends to dissolve a lot of the sugar faster. It's not as big of a pain to clean up, but still not going to be easy. I remember there being a lot more popcorn, but that being said, I think this will actually be easy. So as I'm baking it, and I'm going to try to be careful since again this is super hot. I'm literally, my hand's shaking, sorry. That's so good. I'm not even close to done. So I'm already going to be trying to like pull them apart. So every piece is separated and gets completely covered. And for the most part, seriously, that is amazing, all right. For the most part, it'll be worth it. All right, so stay tuned. I'll turn the video back on once we're doing our first flip. All right, here we are. It's been 15 minutes. I'm gonna see how, no, that's crazy hot. I'm gonna get a rubber spatula and just try to flip it around, kind of back and forth. Again, my goal is to kind of separate, but also to be reasonable because this is just, it gets super hot. As you can see, the bottom's getting nicely, gets caramelized for lack of a better word. So we'll do a little flip, try to separate. I'll do the other pan. It's actually coming out pretty good. Not as hard as I remember, but again, let's wait till the end before we're celebrating. Yeah, I'd say this looks pretty good. Again, kind of like lightly pressing on the kernels to kind of separate them without breaking them. And they have enough caramel on them where it's not like you don't have to be super fragile. Okay. Pleased with this. As pleased as I'm gonna be. For all you obsessives out there, yeah, you can probably do this for an hour, but that's definitely not the point. Be okay in the end if there's a couple that are connected, or if you like just big balls of caramel popcorn, you don't have, you could just put this in the oven for 45 minutes and call it a day. That's not the way I like to do it, so to each their own. And that's that. So we're gonna keep things going here. I'm gonna do one more, and then we'll turn the video on. I didn't turn the light on. We'll turn the video on back at the end, see how we did, because I don't know why flipping this, watching me do this 3 times would be that exciting. It's pretty straightforward. I guess a quick note, I like to line my pans with foil and then parchment rather than just parchment. It's just less cleaning up. That way I typically don't have to even rinse them or clean them. since they kind of have double protection. And if you just use the foil, things would stick. Just use the parchment. I find anything with butter tends to kind of seep through and get all greasy on the bottom. All right, that wasn't too bad. Again, try not to go too crazy. It's never gonna be perfect. Sometimes we have to accept that. All right, we'll see you guys at the end. All right, quick update. So here we are, we're half an hour in. Our second of 3 flips. And yeah, there's not really a huge difference. The maybe certainly not looking at it. The popcorn starts to get, like things are getting a little more crispy. You can hear it like hit the tray, if you will. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna kind of do exactly what I did the first time, just separate a little. And we'll throw it back in, we'll do the other one, and we're almost done. I guess I talked a lot of stuff about how annoying this was, but maybe I became a much better baker in the previous 7 to 10 years since I last made this. Probably. All right. That is that. See you at the end, folks. All right, so we're essentially done. I'm gonna hit them with a little coarse salt because I think everything tastes better with that. And that's that. I'm gonna probably do one quick little flipsy-doocer here, whatever that means. And after that, we just gotta let them sit. But these will be ready to eat in like the next couple of minutes. And that is that. Oh my God. Yeah, that's amazing. So that's kind of like the point. It's sort of hot, so I'm hot potatoing it in my hand. But you can see it's like perfectly coated. You can hear that crunch. Yeah, it's awesome. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye. All right, we're back. We are done. This was so good that I think I ate half of it throughout the day. So what you see here is not a huge bowl full, but it's what's left. I wanted to save a little for the video. Just to show the final product. See how loud that is? That's what we want. We didn't get all of the kernel separated, but I'm pretty happy. My obsession kind of bothers me when I don't get it perfect, but it was really good. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Any questions, let me know. All right.